Kindness has a shadow you've been trained to ignore, and it isn't noble. It's the reflex that says yes before your spine has a chance to speak, the smile you paste on to keep other people comfortable with the convenience of your absence, the apology you issue for taking up inches of space in rooms built on your unthanked labor. And here's the hard cut: if your kindness requires you to abandon yourself, it isn't kindness, it's self-betrayal with polite manners. You call it being a good person, but your body calls it what it is: micro-abandonments stacked until you're hollow. You feel it after every "no worries" that cost you sleep, after every "I can do it" that bulldozed your weekend. You feel it in the resentment that leaks from your jaw when you volunteer again because "they need me," in the dread that hits when the taker texts, in the silent tally you keep because the score is the only proof you exist. This is not generosity, this is the fawn reflex wearing rosary beads. You learned it early: peacekeeper gets praised, truth teller gets punished. You discovered that soothing volatile people is cheaper than confronting them, so you became indispensable to users who never once asked whether you were okay. Kind made you employable, dateable, promotable, and easy to ignore. It also made you dishonest. Every time you say yes while meaning no, you train the world to treat your boundaries as fiction, and you train yourself to fear your own voice. You don't avoid conflict, you outsource it to your future self, the one who has to dig you out from commitments you never wanted and relationships built on bait and switch. Let's talk about covert contracts, the religion of compulsive kindness. You do favors nobody asked for, then expect mind reading, gratitude, reciprocity, tenderness, promotion, loyalty, payment for a bill you never presented. When the world doesn't pay, you call everyone ungrateful and double down on martyrdom, because martyrdom lets you keep control without having to risk a clean no. That's the dark bargain. You buy safety with self-erasure, then demand interest in reverence and special treatment. Meanwhile, the predators, the chronically fragile, and the terminally entitled study you like a manual. They know you'll lend money you can't afford to lose, take shifts you can't afford to cover, absorb rage you didn't cause, and keep the secret that will drown you both. They know you won't enforce consequences. You confuse forgiveness with amnesia, compassion with access, second chances with infinite runway. Listen closely: boundaryless kindness isn't love, it's a resource. It attracts parasites. You want a litmus test? Say no once. Watch who punishes you. That's your map. And stop sentimentalizing your exhaustion. "I'm just a giver" is branding for a compulsion you refuse to treat. The truth is uglier. People-pleasing is manipulation in a mask. You're not just afraid to upset people, you're trying to control their perception of you, to guarantee love by preventing disappointment. That's not moral high ground, that's fear playing dress up. Real kindness requires freedom, and freedom requires the option to refuse. If you cannot refuse without penalty, you are not in a relationship, you are in a hostage exchange. And don't hide behind culture or faith to excuse cowardice. Most traditions worth anything demand truth with compassion, not relentless self-cancellation. Turning the other cheek was never a mandate to become a doormat for bullies who weaponize your decency. Your softness is sacred when it is chosen, it is waste when it is harvested. Start naming the games. There's moral licensing. You earn the right to violate your own needs because you did something good earlier. There's compassion fatigue. Your nervous system is fried, so you numb out and call it serenity. There's reputational capture. You've built a brand as the reliable one, and now the brand owns you. You perform benevolence while privately fantasizing about disappearing. There's institutional grooming. Workplaces convert over-functioners into unofficial managers without pay. Families assign eldest daughters the emotional labor of generals. Communities sanctify the unpaid few while the freeloaders curate their pieties online. Notice the pattern. Your kindness is the infrastructure that keeps other people unaccountable. Break it. The correction isn't cruelty, it's precision. Stop watering deserts. Start funding ecosystems. Give where accountability is possible and repair is real. Replace vague, "Let me know if you need anything," with explicit, bounded offers. "I can bring dinner Thursday, not stay. I can review 2 pages, not the whole deck. I can talk for 15 minutes. If you need therapy, call a therapist." Replace reflexive apologies with accurate language. "I'm not available, that doesn't work for me. I won't discuss this by text." Replace martyr stories with math. Time, money, sleep, attention are finite. Treat them that way. Will people call you selfish? Yes, people who benefited from the old you always do. Let them. Their disappointment is not a moral verdict, it's a withdrawal symptom from a drug they overused. You want a better North Star. Choose respect over relief. Respect is slow and often silent. Relief is fast and demands applause. Respect says no so that yes means something. Relief says yes to get you out of the room. Respect ends lopsided relationships. Relief props them up with duct tape and shame. Respect builds a life where your word is credible. Relief builds a life where your calendar is a crime scene. And here's the reward you're too tired to imagine. The moment you stop bribing the world with kindness, your circle shrinks and your dignity returns. People who stay will be the ones who can hear, know, negotiate needs, and share the weight. Your kindness will finally become a choice again, targeted, clean, potent, because it won't be performing penance or buying safety. It will be what it was supposed to be all along, the overflow of a life you actually consent to live. Here's what happens when you refuse to fix the sickness at the center of nice. Your life turns into a black market where everything costs double because you never use the official price. You pay in self-silencing and then pay again in resentment taxes. You donate your weekends to other people's emergencies and then try to buy back your sanity with late-night scrolling and junk habits that compound the fatigue. You call it helping, but you're laundering avoidance, avoiding the moment you say the simple sentence that terrifies you, "I don't want to," and until you say it, you will keep living in a counterfeit economy where favors are currency, manipulation is marketing, and kindness is counterfeit tender that always devalues the minute it leaves your mouth. So sharpen the scalpel. Start with your calendar because your calendar is your character printed in numbers. If your hours are full of, "I guess," and "fine," and "sure," you're not busy, you're captured. Cut anything you only agreed to because you feared disapproval. Let the chips fall. With every cancel, you will feel phantom guilt. Good, let it burn off like fog. Guilt is not a compass, it's an alarm from old programming that kept you obedient to the wrong gods. Next, tell the truth in real time, not 3 days later when your resentment has fermented into sarcasm or ghosting. When someone asks for something you don't want to give, do not narrate your entire life story to justify a no. You don't owe a PowerPoint. A full sentence is sufficient. "That won't work for me." If they push, repeat yourself. If they escalate, end the call. If they retaliate, collect your data. They never wanted kindness, they wanted access. While we're cutting, let's kill your covert hierarchy of emergencies. You have trained yourself to treat other people's delay as your urgency, and then you call it virtue when it's just poor boundaries wearing a cape. The faster you respond to bad planning, the more you will be fed bad planning. You want to be useful. Teach people you are not a last-minute dumping ground. You are a partner when there is preparation and reciprocity. If you're a manager, stop rewarding fire drills and start rewarding advance notice. If you're a friend, refuse the 1 a.m. vent marathons unless there's actual crisis. If you're a parent, stop praising self-betrayal as being a helper, and start praising courage when your kid says, "I'm tired, I need to stop." Never forget, your yes trains the world. And yes, you'll lose some people. Celebrate the subtraction. Takers aren't friends, they're billing departments. They will call you selfish while drafting a speech that spends your next Saturday. Let them downgrade you in their private ratings. Your job is not to protect your reputation in the minds of people who siphon your energy. Your job is to protect the energy that powers the people who actually reciprocate, the colleague who shows up early, the sibling who listens, the partner who adjusts, the neighbor who returns the tool with a thank you note. Or into contracts where accountability exists. That's kindness with a spine. Now let's talk about your identity addiction. You've built an altar to being the good one, and the altar owns you. You keep proving that you're generous because you're terrified the day you stop performing generosity is the day people discover you're ordinary. Newsflash, ordinary is fine, dishonest is not. The person who loves you does not need your sainthood, they need your clarity. They need you to say, I can't host this time, I won't loan money, I will come if we agree on an end time, I won't keep your secret if it harms others. Integrity is not soft, it is an edge that protects everything that actually matters. You think telling the truth will detonate your relationships, it will, only the ones built on your silence. The relationships built on mutuality will get cleaner, easier, and more alive because now there's oxygen where you used to stuff cotton. Stop thinking boundaries make you hard. The lack of boundaries already made you brittle. You're one more favor from snapping. Boundaries make you flexible, you can bend because you trust you won't be stolen. And if you need a ritual to rewire this, do it like training, not like vibes. Write a list of 3 hard no's that hold across contexts: no unpaid emotional labor for repeat offenders, no lending money without written terms, no logistics after 8 p.m., and publish them to yourself. Treat them as policy, not mood. When you break them, write why. Patterns will surface: loneliness, fear of conflict, reputation hunger. Address the cause, not the symptom. Build replacement habits. Default to, let me get back to you tomorrow, to create decision space. Route unmanaged venting to people's journals or their therapists. Schedule weekly power blocks where you do the work that feeds your future so you don't barter your week to other people's past due assignments. And get comfortable with the physics of consequence. People you enabled will thrash when gravity arrives. That is not cruelty, that is reality re-entering the room. When the colleague who always dumps misses a deadline because you didn't bail them out, their anger is data. They counted on your self-betrayal more than they counted on their responsibility. When a family member guilt trips you for skipping the 20th, quick favor, they are telling you your previous over-functioning subsidized their under-functioning. Don't argue the morality, enforce the math. I can't do that. Here are 2 alternatives. If they prefer rage to a solution, the problem never was logistics, it was control. Take back yours. Now turn the lens inward and clean your language. Every, I should, you say is a leash. Swap it for, I choose, or, I won't. Watch what happens to your spine when your mouth stops lying. I should go, keeps you trapped at gatherings you resent. I'm leaving now, gets you home. I should help, keeps you stuck in cycles of rescue. I choose not to, frees bandwidth for commitments you actually own. Precision is mercy. You also need to confront your addiction to being understood. Half your fake kindness is a PR campaign to manage how others see you. Drop it. You don't have the power you think you do, and the people committed to misunderstanding you can always find a new angle. Let your results speak and let your boundaries talk for you. There is nothing to explain to someone who benefits from you staying confused. Take the energy you're wasting on explanations and invest it in competence. Get better at your craft, your finances, your health, your friendships. Competence is compound interest. Approval is a variable rate with predatory terms. And yes, do the unromantic money work. A lot of compulsive giving is class cosplay for chaos, grand gestures that substitute for budgets, gifts that hide the fear of saying, I can't afford it, generosity that buys the right to avoid your own spreadsheet. Stop embarrassing yourself. If it's not in the plan, it's not generosity, it's self-sabotage with wrapping paper. You want to be generous. Get solvent. Build margins so your yes has muscle. Put a line item in your budget for giving, and protect it like any other priority. When it's spent, you stop. That boundary alone will expose who wanted your money and who wanted your partnership. While we're making enemies, let's address the kindness cult at work. Companies love your over-functioning because it subsidizes incompetence. They will feed you sainthood plaques while they feed predators promotions. Learn to say, that's not in my scope. If you need me to own it, we have to change my role and my pay. Watch how quickly the urgent request becomes optional when it costs the business. Keep receipts. Put everything in writing. As discussed, here is what I can deliver by Friday. Anything beyond this will move to next week or require shifting priorities. This isn't arrogance, it's adult. Co-workers will mock your boundaries until their own burnout breaks them, then they'll come asking how you did it. Tell them the truth. I stopped flinching at other people's disappointment. That sentence is the doorway out. Finally, let's reclaim the word kindness from the hostage takers. Real kindness is not reactive, it's strategic. It honors context, limits, and consent. It tells the truth quickly. It protects the vulnerable from the powerful, not the powerful from discomfort. It gives anonymously so the gift remains pure. It refuses to collude with harm. No, I won't keep your secret about the thing that injures others. Yes, I will report it. Yes, I will stand with the person you called too sensitive, because sensitivity is often just accuracy that makes abusers uncomfortable. Real kindness has teeth. It bites through manipulation and chews on complexity. It cancels the membership of whoever treats your life like a vending machine. And when you build a life on that version of kindness, you won't be adored by everyone. You'll be respected by the ones who matter. You'll be bored by drama because your boundaries dehydrate it. You'll be present in the rooms that count because you're no longer performing generosity for the balcony. And you'll notice your affection returning from exile. Suddenly you want to help again, not to buy safety, but because you finally can. And when you do, it lands, it lasts, and it lifts, because it came from a self that stayed. Here's the uncomfortable truth you've dodged. The life you want cannot be built with counterfeit kindness, and the person you're becoming cannot breathe inside the costume you keep ironing for other people's comfort. So we're going to replace performance with policy, pity with principle, and guilt with governance, because feelings are weather, but structure is climate, and your climate has been engineered to grow mold. Write a personal constitution and live by it. Article 1. Non-negotiables, sleep hours, money boundaries, focus blocks, family privacy, health routines. If a request violates a non-negotiable, it dies on arrival. No debate, no essay, no apology, just, that isn't possible. Article 2. Consent. Access to you is earned, not assumed. You decide the channel, text, email, calendar link, the scope, what exactly is being asked, and the cadence when you respond. Emotional emergencies are not your jurisdiction unless someone's safety is at stake, and even then you call professionals. Otherwise, you offer a clear, humane limit. I can talk for 10 minutes now or tomorrow at 4. Choose one. Article 3. Reciprocity. Relationships that perpetually debit without deposit or closed accounts. You do not torpedo them with theatrics. You sunset them with facts. This pattern doesn't work for me. Here's what would. If it continues, I'm stepping back. Then you step back. No flares, no court, just exit. Article 4. Transparency. No covered contracts. If you expect something, say it clean or don't expect it. If you need something, ask directly. If you can't provide something, refuse plainly. Ambiguity is where resentment breeds. Article 5. Escalation. When harm occurs, kindness does not cover it, it confronts it. Document, confront, escalate, report. Bystanders who preach softness while protecting predators are not moral, they're useful idiots. You will not be one of them. Once your constitution exists, publish it to your future self, on paper, on your wall, as the first note in your phone, because in the moment of pressure you will regress to your oldest trick, being nice. Not anymore. You will build rituals that make truth easier than fawning. The 24-hour default delay before commitments. The copy-paste no template you can send without adrenaline. The calendar buffer you guard like a border. The monthly review where you audit where your kindness landed and where it was siphoned. You will relearn generosity as a high-fidelity act, aimed, time-boxed, resourced. You bring soup once, not indefinite rides. You mentor for a term, not forever. You donate through systems with accountability. You help where the loop closes. Impact seen, repair possible, dignity intact. You will switch from heroics to hygiene. Fewer rescues, more structures that prevent the fire. That means you stop glamorizing chaos, you stop praising yourself for pulling it off again, and start asking why this circus keeps booking you. Replace the dopamine of crisis with the quiet satisfaction of order. It'll feel boring at first. Boredom is peace you haven't learned to trust yet. Train your body to recognize it. Long exhale, shoulders down, jaw unclenched, phone out of sight. Now address the part of you that keeps sabotaging this with, but they'll be upset. Correct. People trained to drink from you will be furious when the well gets offense. Their anger is an obituary for an arrangement that fed them and starved you. Let it die. You will not litigate your limits in group chats or at family tables. You'll refuse the baited questions. Why are you so distant? With 4 words, I'm changing how I give. If they demand a trial, leave the courtroom. Your time with persuadables will be spent modeling, not pleading. You'll show what clean kindness looks like by doing it. Truth early, no gossip, offers with edges, favors with finish lines, apologies with amends and changed behavior, forgiveness without access when trust isn't rebuilt. You will choose friends who refuse to benefit from your confusion, lovers who celebrate your no because it protects your yes, managers who negotiate scope before they praise sacrifice, communities that distribute care instead of outsourcing it to the softest back. You will unfollow martyr propaganda and unsubscribe from institutions that tithe your time while hoarding their power. When loneliness spikes, you will not medicate with performative niceness. You'll expand your competence and your circle the slow way. Classes, clubs, service, craft. Showing up where people build things together grinds the rust off your voice and teaches you the posture of earned belonging. And when the old reflex lunges, when your fingers hover over, sure, when your mouth warms to, no worries, you will intervene with the sentence that rescues adults from ruin. Let me get back to you tomorrow. Delay dissolves spell work. Most emergencies will evaporate without your blood. The rest can be answered with policy or price. Happy to take that on. Here's what I would need to drop, or here's my rate. Watch who hangs up. Watch who grows up. Watch your life unclench. This is the pivot, from being a pleasant surface to being a person with edges, from generosity as anesthesia to generosity as power, from kindness that eats you to kindness that feeds the room because it flows from surplus, not from fear. You wanted an ending, here it is, clean and sharp. Stop auditioning for worth with favors. Stop bribing people to treat you well. Stop laundering cowardice as compassion. Build a life where your yes has a backbone and your no has no biography. Let some bridges burn and light your way. The people meant for you will not require your disappearance. The work meant for you will not demand your collapse. The peace you are starving for is not behind one more. Sure, it's behind your first, consistent, non-negotiable, no. Be done being good at dying by degrees. Be precise. Be brave. Be kind with teeth.